tutorial code, and in this video I will be explaining what are variables in Java. In Java, a variable is like a box where you can store information. You can name the box and decide what type of information it will hold. So the first example I will be talking about is a Boolean. A Boolean is a data type that stores only true or false values. It is commonly used for conditional statements and logic-based operators. In this example that I will be talking about, the variable name is raining holds a value of true, meaning it is currently raining. A key point to note is that Boolean values do not require quotation marks and are always written in lowercase. So a following example that I can give is we have Boolean. So to declare Boolean value, you have to type Boolean first. And then the variable name we have is raining. And this I want to assign to true. Next, we will need a printing line statement called system.out.printed, and what we will put in this statement is the variable name is raining, so that way the output will be true. So this code's output will be true because the following Boolean value is equal to true. But if we were to change the Boolean value to false, the following output of this code will be false because the Boolean value is assigned to false. So that's basically what a Boolean value is. It is a variable that assigns the name of the variable to true or false. So the next example is a byte. A byte is a small size integer that can store values from -128 to 127. It is useful when dealing with memory efficient operators. So an example of this is here the variable age holds the value of 25, which represents a person's age. Since byte has a limited range, it is best used for small numbers. So we can declare this variable by typing the name byte, which is the variable, and then the name of this is age, which is 25. So this just holds, so this variable holds the number of 25 in this variable, and then to print it, we always have to include a print line statement, which is system.out.println, and the name of this variable is age. So the output of this following code will be 25. So that's basically what a byte is. A byte is a small sized integer. Oh, I made a mistake over here. Is a small sized integer that can store values from 120 negative 128 to 127. So the next variable type is short. A short is another integer type, but it can store larger values than byte, ranging from negative 32,768 to 32,767. So in this case, a variable temperature holds the value of -100, which will represent a very cold temperature. So in this example, we have to declare the variable, right? So first we'll write the variable type, which is short, and then the variable name we have is temperature, and then the value of this is -100. So again, this just stores a variable this stores a number basically what this line of code means. And to output this code to the console, we will have to write a print line statement, system.out.println, and in the print statement we'll just write temperature in the brackets. So this output will be negative 100, and that's basically what a short variable type is. A short is another integer type, but it can store larger values than byte, ranging from the following numbers: negative 32,768 to 32,767. So the next example I will be talking about is the integer variable type, which is also known as int, int. An int is one of the most commonly used data types for whole numbers storing values from negative 2 billion to 2 billion. Here, the variable population holds a value of 1 million, representing a number of people in a city. So to declare this, first of all, we will type the variable type, which is int, and then the variable name, population, and this value will store 1 million. So 1 million, yep. And then to print this, we'll write a print line statement, and inside the brackets we'll put the variable name, population, and the output of this following code will be 1 million. And this line of code holds the value of 1 million. So that's basically what an int is. And an int is one of the most commonly used data types for whole numbers storing values from 2 billion, negative 2 billion to 2 billion. So the next variable type is long. A long is used for storing very large whole numbers ranging from negative 9 quintillion to 9 quintillion. It must be followed by an L at the end. The variable distance to moon, which is name of the variable, holds a value of 384 billion 400,000, representing the distance to the moon in meters. So to declare this, first of all, we'll type the data type, the variable data type, which is long, and then this is the variable name, distance to moon. It doesn't matter what variable name you put, as long as it represents the information that you have. So in this case, I just wrote distance to moon because that's what my information is about in the number. So this will hold 384,400,000. So this was just this variable I cannot type it. This variable holds a value of in the name of distance to moon. And now we'll have to add our following print line statement, which is the name of the variable distance to the moon. And that's it. The output of this code will be the following number. That's it. And that's basically what a long variable type is. A long is used for storing very large whole numbers ranging from -9 quintillion to 9 quintillion. But you have to make sure that there's an L after your number, or else it won't store the variable. So that's a very key thing to note, that having an L at the end of your number stored inside distance to mood or any type of name variable, like it must have an L at the end. I forgot to add that. That's very important. Now, what is a float variable type? A float stores decimal numbers with up to 6 or 7 digits of precision. It must end with an F to indicate it's a float. Just like how in a long variable type we had to put an L at the end of the number. And in float, you have to put a lowercase f as well to indicate that's a float. So in the following example, we can say that our variable type is going to be float, and the name of this is going to have pi. So I'm going to put some numbers in pi, a couple numbers in pi. So 3.14159.2, and then after we have a couple numbers of pi, I'll put f to indicate that this is a float variable type. And then I'll semicolon to close this, and then print line statement to print this to the console system.out printed, and I would just put pi. That's it. So this just holds the number 3.1415, 3.141592, a couple of digits, a couple numbers of pi, and then enclose it with the f. So then our output will be, just be this. And it will not count the f because that's just an indication of the float variable type. And so that's basically what a float is. A float stores decimal numbers with up to six to seven digits of precision. It must end with an F to indicate that it's a float, just how I showed an example of the long variable type. Now I will be talking about what is a double variable type. A double stores decimal numbers with up to 15 digits of precision. It provides higher accuracy than float. So in the file, I already started doing the example, but double price is equal to 19.984345233. Now this holds more digits than the float variable type, which we talked about in the last example. This holds up to 15 digits of precision, while the float variable holds up to 6 to 7 digits of precision. So the double variable doubles the float variable type, which is why it's called double. It doubles the amount of digits it holds than float. So a variable price holds the value 19.9843452233, so on, which could represent the cost of an item. So to print this out, we write a print line statement system.out printed and the variable name price. Now the output of this following variable price will be the number that it stores. And so that's basically it. A double stores decimal numbers with up to 15 digits of precision. It provides higher accuracy than float. Now in the next variable type is character, which is also known as char. CHAR. A char stores a single letter number or symbol inside single quotes like this. The variable grade holds a letter A, which could represent a student's grade. Now, a key thing to note is that char must always be enclosed in a single quotation mark. That is a key mistake that a lot of programmers make. They do not add the single quotation mark when declaring a variable type char. So an example we can have is char, which is the variable type, and the variable name grade. Remember, single quotation marks and store the variable a. Now this is what a lot of people do. They have char grade. Char is the variable type, grade is the name, and they just put a. Now the reason why this is a mistake because char holds single letters, number, or symbol, and then it is a must that it must be enclosed by single quotation marks. So that's why it's just a key necessary thing. It's not like we're in double float long where you can just write the number. So char grade is equal to a. So this stores the letter a. This just stores the letter a in a variable name of grade. And to print this with a console where a print line statement system.out print in and write everything. So the following output will be a. Now we can also write a symbol as well because it holds single letters, numbers, or symbols. So we can declare a variable name char symbol, which we can say, and it holds the at symbol. Remember, make sure enclose with single quote marks, and to print this system, that's the same format system.out print in, and we'll write our symbol variable name inside the brackets. So this, my friends, will output at to the following console. Now the last variable type that I will be talking about in this video is string. A string stores a sequence of characters inside a double quote, like this, double quotes. So the variable name holds the value John, which represents a person's name. Note that the string must always be enclosed in a double quotation marks. Like in the character char, we had to enclose it with a single quote, but in string we will enclose it with a double quote marks. So we can declare a person's name by first typing the variable type, which is string. String with a uppercase S. That's another key thing to know. String. And the variable name, and enclose it with double quotation marks, and the very person's name John. So like I said, this holds a value. This holds this code will hold the name John. This code will hold the name John. Yeah. And to output this code to the console, system.out print in, and we'll put the name inside of the brackets, and boom, this output will be jump. Now we can write a sentence as well. We can write string sentence, and we can write anything. I like to code. I like to code. And this will hold the sentence. This will just hold a sentence. I like to code in the variable name sentence. To print this to the console, we'll just type system dot out print and type the variable name inside the brackets, and this following output will be I like to code. That's it. Yeah, so that's basically what a string is. A string stores a sequence of characters inside double quotes. And that, my friends, is what you need to know about variables in Java. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe for weekly coding videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.